think it's Hi everybody, good morning. Hope you are well. Thank you very much, Paul, for the opportunity to speak to everybody today. What a great week it's been. So much content, so valuable as well, isn't it? And everybody, I hope you've had, got a lot from that. So well done, Sarah, for co-hosting as well. Great job. And I'm looking forward to getting back to live events. Live events will be back, bigger, stronger, better than ever before. Just watch this space. So I'm here today just to spend a few moments with you talking about how you can step up and stand out as an entrepreneur, as an expert in your space. Become known not just for what you do, but who you are. So let's get going. Let's get going in a second. Brilliant. So, as I say, stand out. How do you stand out? This is how I've been standing out over the past 26 years. Left college with no qualifications, went to work at Magnet Kitchens, a very male-dominated environment, lots of trade union meetings, stopping the business all the time. Quite a cutthroat business, actually, it was. I went in as a lowly door store clerk. That meant I put the schedule together for the doors that the lads needed to pick in the door store. Very exciting. But I progressed quickly in that business and loved it. Loved the overtime, loved the whole business and the thrust of it all. And I became a production scheduler pretty early on, really, and had a great time. But unfortunately was made redundant a few years later. The week after, boom, found out I was pregnant with my first child and I was jobless and I needed to earn, wanted to earn, and I saw an opportunity that an enterprise agency was advertising for, which was for somebody to sell advertising in their business magazine. I had no experience of any of that, and I obviously didn't get the job either, which I was gutted about. But I didn't let that stop me, and I went back to them and said, will you pay me if I sell? And therefore you've got no risk. And that was called commission only. I didn't know it at the time, but that's what it was. And yeah, they went with that, and I just picked up the phone and started talking to people. And it's the way I've always done business. And yeah, I built my network off the back of that, really, and it's that straightforward, and it was that simple. Obviously, social media wasn't around then. It was literally the telephone or a face-to-face meeting, and that was your ops. And in a way, it made life so much easier. And I think we need to go back to doing a lot of that today, instead of trying to build networks and connections on social, which has its place and people get used to it. But it is a bit difficult, isn't it? And it does take time to do. And you do have to spend a lot of time nurturing and getting people to know, like, and trust you before they would buy, which is what they did in the olden days, but it seemed to happen a lot quicker. So I had a great time at that enterprise agency. We had great success with the business magazine over the years, and I went on to develop events for them, so business award dinners, getting started in business events, that sort of thing. And as we got more experience to that and got more into that, we were asked by other enterprise agencies and business networks if we could run events for them along that corporate enterprise line, and that's what I did. And we built a little bit of a team up as well with that, which was absolutely brilliant. So I started to manage staff. And as I was progressing, I really got the buzz for helping people start up a business because I've been in that space. And in 2006, not long after the birth of my second child, a few years after actually, I'd spent so much time at weekends in kids' parties. I knew there was an opportunity to do something really different in the kids' party market. So I set up Wild Child's events, and for 11 years I had an amazing time running all sorts of parties and events, far more than I ever thought I would ever do. I started in the kids' party market on a Saturday in the church hall. And when we ended the business, I had been dressing big corporate events for clients, working on celebrity parties, doing every type of party across the family spectrum, to be honest with you. And that went from births and christenings to funerals, believe it or not, weddings, venue styling, big tourist attraction events. We had a huge warehouse, big kit of all the inflatable party game that you could want, and it was an absolutely brilliant time. And the kids grew up in the business, and It was great, but I wanted to franchise it. That didn't work out the way I'd wanted it. So I decided to close the business and I went to work for a consultancy firm for a while. I figured out what to do next. All this time, I had been gathering, really without knowing it, my network and my little black book of suppliers and speakers and people that I'd worked with and clients and all that sort of thing. And 3 years ago, I decided on my birthday I was going to register a business name, get back into it and start helping entrepreneurs use events and speaking to really amplify their brand. So I want to help people in business to really grow and scale, but by using their network and themselves to do that, and not expensive marketing techniques. So that's really where I came from. So why do I want you to act in this way? Why do I think that you should be stepping up and using speaking to help you and be seen as an expert? Because you will be seen as an expert. The more you get out there, the more people take you seriously, the more they hear your content, the more they hear your reviews. So you'll be seen as an expert, you'll comment as an authority in your field, you'll find new customers, you'll work in new places, you'll gather testimonials, content and images of the work that you're doing, which you can use to help brand you, brand the business. There'll be collaboration opportunities, new product lines will come up, there'll be more invitations to speak on more stages, and you'll get to do more guest interviews all the time. This is amplifying your brand. Quick checklist for you of what you can do to help you create all of those great things, all of that great asset. So become more visible. Why do you do what you do? What is it you do and where do you do it? Really simple, but you need to really think that through as you begin to craft this story about you, how you got into your business, what it is you do that makes you different, unique, the services that you offer, the product, and how you can develop that into some site, whether that's a pitch and it's just better pitching you want to do, whether or not you do want to get out and do some masterclasses and do some coaching or training, whether or not you want to do some consultancy work. You will need the backstory, don't you? You need to be able to justify your expertise so that people buy from you. So that's the first thing. Step two, you need to think about stepping up here into your alter ego. It can be very uncomfortable to stand on a stage and present when you're used to working at your own pace, doing your thing, behind the marketing, if you like. We're asking you to step forward. But the more that you do it, the better that you will feel about it. You need to put on your game face, step into your field of play, use an alter ego, a lot of people do, to really take on that persona while you share your story. I think this might click into a video, which it is going to do. So I'm just going to quickly click off that and move us on. Sanity check 3, back to your product and customer. Jimmy Cregan is a brilliant entrepreneur. He's great. He's a really fun guy, great, real strong personality about him. He went on holiday to Australia with his sister a good few years ago now, had a brilliant time for 6 months out there. But while he was out there, he discovered this iced coffee drink. And he was determined, he was so bowled over by it that when he came back to the UK, he was going to create his own and he was going to sell it and all the rest of it. His parents thought he was mad and thought he should just settle down and go back and do his job. But he kicked on and he developed his business, gained investment, and created iced coffee. The difference between Jimmy, that got him on the shelves of the supermarkets and got him the persona that he has now and the personality brand that he takes with him, was that you were buying Jimmy when you were buying his iced coffee. You were buying into his culture, the way he was, the cool dude that he is, the way he has his fun lifestyle that goes with him. And now Jimmy, not only is he as a young entrepreneur who's got traction as his entrepreneur story, he's out on the speaker market, speaking at conferences, getting paid to do so, building his brand. And as he's talking and getting noticed now, when he goes in to sell, he's got such collateral behind him and recognition behind him, that his sell is so much easier as well. So think about how you getting out there, really getting into the face of your brand, being known for who you are and what you do and all that sort of thing. Actually, when you go in to sell your product into your client group, it's so much easier because you've got reputation behind you. So have a think about that and what you can do there from that perspective as well. That then comes on a prove in your product and your business. So you'll compile all that information. So you really build up a strong portfolio that's not just you saying how great you are, but it's the feedback that you've been getting from other people and the results that you've had off the back of it that you can use to do what you do. Sanity check 5. Once you've been out there full centre doing your thing, start sharing it on social. The more confident you are speaking publicly, if you like, the more stages that you look for, the more opportunities you look for, the more networking that you do, the more confident that you're going to feel when you're on Facebook, you're on LinkedIn, whatever your preferred platform is. Do make use of it. Do try and use it to its full capacity. But you don't need to feel like you're chained to it at all. People want to hear from you. That's what's more important. Your message, your story. That's what people will engage with. That's what people will buy. That's why they'll trust you, because they see you and they hear from you and they hear what your customers have to say about you. So can you see how just stepping up and standing out can really uplift you and your brand? And that's it. That's it, really. That's all I wanted to say today. There was a couple of videos in the presentations. If you do want to see them, please just drop me a line. That's absolutely fine, no problem. If you want to find out more about speaking or what's involved or why, or the what's and the whys about speaking, just do get in touch. That's absolutely fine, either through here or via Paul or Sarah, whatever works for you. Or you want to find out more about doing your own events, getting into events, I can help you with that as well. Enjoy the rest of the day, have a great weekend, and hope to speak to you all soon.